From persecutor to preacher, grace can transform any life. Welcome to Whispers from the Word. Today we learn from Paul. By the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace toward me was not in vain. 1 Corinthians 15:10. Paul's story is one of dramatic transformation. Before his transformation, he was known as Saul, a man whose name struck fear in the hearts of believers. He strongly opposed the message of Jesus and persecuted those who believed. However, one encounter changed his life. He was on the road to Damascus, planning on wreaking havoc in the lives of believers there. However, a light from heaven shattered the darkness in his heart. A voice spoke to him, touched his cold and hardened heart. After that encounter, Paul lived a life with fire for Christ that could not be extinguished. Paul's journey was not easy. He was beaten, shipwrecked, imprisoned, and misunderstood. However, he stayed the course, never giving up. He pressed on, writing letters of encouragement to believers even while in prison. Paul learned that strength doesn't come from comfort, it comes from surrender. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul shares the word Jesus spoke to him. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Paul didn't just quote the truth, he lived it. Every trial became another opportunity to reveal God's strength through his own weakness. Maybe you've been there. I know I have, trying to stay faithful when life doesn't make sense. You've prayed for open doors, but instead found yourself waiting out on the outside, looking through the window at your seemingly unreachable dreams. Like Paul, you might wonder why God allows the storms to keep raging. But if you take a moment and listen, you'll discover that his whispers often comes through the very winds that threaten to break you. Faith doesn't mean we always understand what God is doing. It means we keep trusting when we can't see the way forward. Perseverance is born when we choose to worship in the waiting, when we keep walking, even if our steps are unsteady. Paul's life reminds us that purpose is rarely found on the easy path. It is forged in surrender, in scars, and in moments when we cling to grace just to make it through the day. And yet, in those moments, God's power shines the brightest. Dear God, thank you for seeing me through the eyes of love and allowing me to grow into the person you've created me to be. Help me to embrace your grace and allow you to use my life for your glory. I love you, Lord. Amen. So if you feel weary today, remember this: you are not forgotten. The same God who turned Saul into Paul is still in the business of rewriting stories. His grace is sufficient for you also. Thank you for joining me for Whispers from the Word. I pray today's reflection encourages you to walk in faith and hear God's whisper in your own life. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement. Until next time, keep listening for His gentle whisper. God bless you.